Hey everyone, it's Lombardowski, and I'm here with my special my special guest,
Hi, I'm Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Smith, and this is our regularly scheduled program of Social Girl Live, and we are turning it into a talk show. Usually, you guys don't see me broadcasting from my desktop or my laptop, but my new book just came out, Facebook Party Secrets. Yay. So we are going to be doing, I'm losing my earbuds, a series through the month of June. We're doing a talk show.
Woohoo! I love it.
Because we can. So we can actually have 3 people broadcasting live with 6 more in the green room. And so you guys let me know if you want to join in. I did share it in our VIP group. Would love for somebody else to be on our panel. Hey, Marcy. Marcy's saying she bought the Kindle one and loved it. Thank you. I know a lot of you guys bought it and have already read it. So I appreciate that. It's a quick read. You know, we don't have time. Okay. We're busy women. So I tuned into that. We do not need Gone with the Wind success tips, right? It's like, I need to be able to read this while I'm locked in the bathroom with my kids screaming outside the door.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much the book. Yay, Colette's here. I'm just looking. Hey, Marilyn, how are you? So so this is going to be an open Q&A. We're talking Facebook parties where you guys can ask advice. I actually do Facebook party makeovers as a one-on-one consult, but I'm very expensive. So this is a good way for you to get free advice. And so Elizabeth raised her hand. I shared this in our VIP group today, and I'm like, who wants to be in the hot seat and join us live? And she's like, I'll do it. So Elizabeth, have you gone live on Facebook Live before?
Yes, not through Be Live TV, but I have gone, I started my own weekly show thanks to your tips.
Yay. Oh, look, we have a new guest on the show. This is so fun. I just love it. I have to remove Marcy's comment because it's blocking Rebecca. So, hey, Rebecca, how are you?
I'm good, Lynn. How are you?
I'm so excited you were able to pop in.
Yeah, thanks. I just saw it and I was like, oh no, I missed it. And I'm like, oh wait, I did it.
Well, I'm just going to keep inviting you until you join.
That's right, until I figure out when the right time is.
You have to click on that little thing there. Do me a favor, if you can tilt, or you want to, you're on your desktop because so this talk, yeah, that's perfect. So that we can see more of your gorgeous face there. You were kind of sinking down a little bit. So the talk show format was in beta with Be Live TV. I don't know if they rolled it out to everybody yet, but I got to test it out. So I like using it. So it's really cool because you can have 3 people live at one time, which just makes you look super fancy on Facebook, which I like to be. And, just so much more fun than the typical Facebook Live. So again, this is an open Q&A. So feel free, you guys that are watching, to ask comments. Tanya's there. The gang's all coming in. Kathy. Let's see who else is here. They're all the Visionista VIPs are coming in. They're cheering you guys on. They're like, yay, Elizabeth. Hey, Rebecca. So,
I gotta say, I've been doing your tip about having guests text you for catalog. Like I had never sent catalogs out before for Facebook parties. And that is golden. I mean, that is such a great tip. I'm getting a huge response. And now I'm getting, I don't know, it builds a relationship with people in a different way once they text you. So that is really good stuff.
Yay! Yes, that is, I forget what step that is, but that's one of the steps. Like broken down.
Am I allowed to say it? Oh, I probably shouldn't say it. Buy the book. Buy the book.
Yay. So that's, I created that strategy because I thought, the real secret to partying online is to duplicate what the best practices of what works at a home party and how can we translate that online. So that was kind of the opportunity that I I call it the opportunity. Some people call it an obstacle. I like to call it an opportunity. How do we do that? And so I thought, you know what? It's interesting because in many ways I'm finding what's old is new, and more people want to like touch and feel like real life catalogs and get things in the mail, and things we stopped doing are now innovative. Right? Mailing something,
So true.
putting something in the mail to your customer is now being innovative, right? So who would have thought? But it's so unexpected. And even with this book, right? The ebook went live first, and so many people said, no, I want to turn pages. When's the paperback coming out? And 5 years ago, my first book, everybody wanted the ebook. 5 years later now, everybody wants a paperback. Yeah. So who would have thought? And I actually reached out to my daughters, who are both millennials. That's how I know what's going on in the millennial world. They're my focus group, as are you two. And they were cracking up. They said, yeah, Mom, we like to like get the real thing now. And they're like doing all this old school stuff. It's pretty funny. So, never underestimate the power of making that personal contact. And I think the faster you can get the conversation off of Facebook, so that you are not hoping and praying and wishing that somebody sees that Facebook notification, the better your party's going to be, and the better results you're going to have. So, that's awesome. So Rebecca, when they text you, how are you getting that conversation going? Are you just being authentic and texting them back like you would in real life?
Yeah. So they'll text me. I just have them text me their name and address. And usually they'll say something else like, hey, I'm, from so-and-so's party, and I was going to see if I could get a catalog. And so I'll just text back and be like, yeah, no problem. I'll get it in the mail tomorrow. And then when I mail it to them, I'm not just sending them a catalog. Oh, good. There's my dress, baby. I'm sending them we don't have product samples, but we have like a little microfiber eyeglass case that costs us $1 from the company, and it's branded. And so I send them that as like their prize, but I'm also sending them an opportunity brochure and just putting a note in there. I don't remember if it was you or somebody did. Oh, I know. It was somebody. I got a catalog from someone from a giveaway, and she put Post-it notes like with the customer special. And so I've been doing little Post-it notes for the customer special. And then with the opportunity brochure, I just say, hey, I don't know if you would be interested, but if you know somebody, pass this on. And so I haven't got a new team member yet, but I've only done, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 parties this way. And so I just know that there'll be seeds planted from that. So, and I'm not even trying to book parties, and I'm booking parties. I was just telling one of my friends, like, I can't help but book parties. I don't need to book all these parties.
That's awesome. That's a good problem.
I know. I'm like, well, I have to do it. So no. And with SendShare, it makes it so easy. So that helps a lot.
You're a recent SendShare convert. I know that.
Am. Yeah, I was. I don't know why I was holding it. I just didn't think I needed it, but I did.
Yeah.
It looks like Marcy has a question. I know Becca's having a lot of success booking parties, but it looks like Marcy said that she's having trouble booking Facebook parties. Yeah.
So we are going to answer that question, but first, because we kind of jumped right in, I want you both to introduce yourself. So I'm Lynn Bordowski, founder of $1 Million Party Girl, host of Social Girl Live, and we are doing our Facebook party chat every Wednesday night, 9:00 through the month of June. And anybody can jump in and be a guest on the show. So let me know in the comments if you would like to be a future guest on the show. And so on the show tonight we'll start with you, Elizabeth.
Hi, everybody. I'm Elizabeth Smith. I am the, creator of Her Style Edit, and my show is called The Bling Feed every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. And I am part of the Visionista VIP group, and I'm so excited to be on here with you guys and check it out after and see how this looks, because I want to be practicing the talk show on my Facebook live show. So thanks, Lynn, for having me.
You're welcome. I love encourage you guys to jump in and try new things, even though you might not have any clue what we're doing. We'll figure it out when we get there. Thank you, Elizabeth. And then Rebecca.
I'm Rebecca Behrens, and I joined the Visionista Elite team in May, I guess is when we just started up. And so I'm very blessed to be under Len's mentorship and just seeing lots of positive things happening with my team. I'm a unit director with Lola Rose, which is hair accessories, not lens. And though you can't tell tonight, I feel like I'm like, whoa, wild hair. I don't really think I really realized what I was doing when I was signing on. I thought I was watching. I don't think I knew I was being on. Anyway, so yeah, but I'm just I have had a lot of success in the past with sponsoring team members through Facebook parties, but I kind of let it fall by the wayside, and I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. And so that's how I found you. And I just started implementing one thing after the next, putting it into what I'd been doing before and tweaking. And so it's been very successful.
And, I think both of us. So Elizabeth, how did we connect? Was it through my Facebook page?
It actually was through Melanie Parker, Party Plan 123. You were a guest with her. I had went through her program, and then I joined, stalked your blog, and then I joined your VIP group because you had some giveaways. And now I'm just so excited because I was with a different company at the time, and now I'm with a different company that I'm so excited I need to change for, and get to use all of your awesome tips because it's really making a difference in the first few months that I've been with this new company.
Oh, I love it, love it. I forgot about my guest spot with Melanie Parker. I get to meet so many people all over the world when we do some fun stuff together. So here's a quick tip for you guys. If you're using BeLive TV, which again, this is through your computer, or Facebook Live through your computer, guess what? It's always best. Can you guys see this? I actually have an Ethernet cable. So here's a little tip for you. Do you remember Ethernet cables? People are like, what's that? Remember I said what's old is new? I'm actually hardwired in to my cable. I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm hardwired into my modem. So that always gives you the best live stream experience when you're hardwired in versus Wi-Fi, which can lead to buffering and those kinds of things. So just a little tip for you guys that want to use Facebook Live from your computer, or BeLive TV, which is a fun platform, or even if you do a Zoom meeting, always better to be hardwired in. Better, no buffering. All right, so we have a bunch of people that have joined in. Priscilla Brooks is saying she loves the La Rose. Alba's there. And Angie Sidrid wants to be a guest on the show. I will take you up on that. Tiamo, Bethany. Is it Jana or Jana, Rebecca?
It's Jana.
Jana Brown, who's part of your team. Marlene Casey. Vivian. Vivian jumped into the show last week. All right, so Coretta, the list goes on. All right, so let's talk about getting more parties booked from Facebook parties. So I actually have, for those of you that don't know the backstory of how the book came about and how my new strategy came about, I was kind of a woman on a mission to figure out the Facebook party thing. And I did, I booked 40 parties in 90 days.
Okay.
It was a Facebook party marathon. And the reason
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I booked 40 parties in 90 days. It was like I could have had a Facebook party reality show probably going on. Like literally my husband would come in at night and my phone would be attached to my hand and be like, oh, I guess you have another Facebook party. And I'm like, yeah, I do. So in the book, I say, forget partying in your PJs. Like I could party anywhere, anytime. I feel like partying in our PJs kind of communicates that we're just sitting around with nothing to do. That's so not true as women. Right? So anyway, I mean, my husband and I would go out for happy hour. I would bring my phone. I would be doing the Facebook party wherever I was because I used Stitcher to schedule it. Everything was scheduled. So all I had to do was work on the engagement part. But the real success came from using Google Forms to create that lead funnel, right? If you guys have ever heard the words lead funnel, that's important. Basically means, you think of a funnel and it's called that because you put a whole bunch of stuff in into a funnel. And at the very bottom is the tiny little opening. That's where the yeses trickle out. That's why it's called a funnel, because you got to put a lot in to get a little bit out. So I used open-ended questions and gave people different options. And I actually tracked my numbers with this. And over 60%, I actually have the exact percentage in the book. It might have been 62% or 63%. It was over 60% of people that filled out that lead form said yes to booking some kind of party. That's how I booked 40 parties. I started with like 3 and ended up with 40 in 90 days. So, Elizabeth, have you started doing Facebook parties?
Yes, I have.
And how is it working for you for getting bookings?
I've practiced a few of them. I had one on Sunday. I used the Facebook Party 3.0. It took me a few times to get the whole timeline, streamlined. But now I have everything scheduled, and I just went live today on my VIP group and talked about our amazing hostess promotion going on for June and July. And I had a brand new person that I do not know in my group that booked one. So I was really excited. I sent her Google form, which is basically a tip sheet on what resources I have for her in a folder I've created. And I was really excited. So I'm just getting started with it, but so far I'm really confident it's going to work. So I'm excited.
And that's what you want, are those new hostesses, right? Yeah. Rebecca, how are you booking so many parties?
It's just it's funny because it's not, I have an actual post that I put during my party that says, these are the hostess rewards. If you book a party tonight, you get an extra, blah, blah, blah. But nobody from the past few parties I've done has, people used to comment on that and book parties. But the past few I've done, I've not gotten any comments that way, but just it's from the relationship. So with the texting back and forth, and I think, what else was I going to say? Oh, and then just getting them into my customer group, because the Google Forms, getting them into my customer group, and then knowing what type of party they want to do from the Google Form lets me know how to approach them or how to ask. And so, like I said, I haven't been trying because I don't want to book 40 parties in 90 days. I don't have the time to do it. Even if I'm out and about, I can't do it. So I'm not trying to book parties, but they're just I have to ask them because they've given me so many clues that they want to book one. Then I'm just like, you want to book a party, don't you? And they're like, yeah, I think I do. And so it just is part of the natural conversation, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the relationship is being built because of the party format is setting it up.
I love that. And if you guys, I'm always saying people buy, book, join your team because of the like, know, and trust factor. You have to build that first if you want to get more results. And you can't just post something on Facebook and wonder why nobody comments, right? So that's really at the heart of my entire strategy, is to be authentic, to be yourself, speak like we do in real life and have two-way conversations. So it's not just marketing message, but, look at it as that you're serving others and solving problems. And so give people those solutions when somebody has a big wish list or when they haven't gotten everything they wanted, because they couldn't afford it. That's where you can be there and say, you know what? I would really love for you to be able to get that. How does a party sound to you? And then zip her up. You know, let them know I would love to help you get that for free. How does a party sound? And so that's kind of my go-to open-ended question is how does that sound? Because, and again, open-ended questions are key. You know, we are programmed when somebody asks us a closed-ended question, whether we want it or not, to say no. I can tell you, 27 years in direct sales, I did a lot of home parties back in the day when that was the only option. And people would fill out my door prize slip. And the question was, do you want to host a party? And no. And I would look at those and feel devastated. And then I would start working one-on-one with people when they were ready to shop. And I started ignoring whatever answer they put on there, because once you start talking to people and they get to know you and you build that relationship, then they're like, you know what? I actually would have people say to me, I put no, but I really want to have a party. I'm like, okay. So you've got to have those open-ended questions ready to go. But really, it's all about helping people get what they want and solving problems for people. Karina's saying, how do you do 3 live people at once? It's a secret.
You said we looked fancy, right?
We are fancy. We're fancy. So this is we are actually not streaming on Facebook right now. We are on Facebook, but we're not on Facebook. We actually are doing this broadcast on another platform that connects to your Facebook page, group. So I can stream this in an event, in a group, on a page, anywhere on Facebook. And it's called BeLive.tv, and it's free. Hopefully it will continue to stay free. Sidrid is saying Google Forms. Yes, I have a whole section on, actually the last chapter is called Leads. It's called. I keep it really simple. Keep it not fancy when it comes to strategy. And it's about using Google Forms. It's free. It's basically a survey. So you can use Google. I use it for a lot of different things, not just Facebook parties. You could do a customer survey and discover what your customers are interested in. The other thing about booking more parties, you know, and again, it really does go back to that relationship building. If you already have a customer base, even if you have 20 customers, maybe you're just getting started and you've done a couple parties, you know, you can't just go back to people when you want to book a party. You need to be there to provide service. I hope you're sending personal thank you notes. Again, what's old is new. That's a great way for you to really stand out. Every person that shops in my direct sales business gets a personal thank you note from me. And reach out to people when you have things that you know that they would want to know about or be interested in. You can't just not talk to a customer for 6 months, a year, 2 years, and then reach out and say, oh, I'm trying to earn a trip and I only need 3 more bookings. I can't tell you how many messages I got in the last 40 days from direct sellers, starting with, I'm trying to earn a trip and I only need. That should never be the way to start a conversation. It should always be about your customer and never about you. And then you will earn more trips as a result. But definitely a great opportunity to reach out to your customers that are, you know, have you built that like, know, and trust factor with. And if you haven't done Facebook parties, but you want to, you could say, I'm testing out, you know, I'm putting my toe in this Facebook party water, and I'm looking for a couple of guinea pigs, just to be completely honest. And I would love to test it out with you and help you earn a shopping spree if it all works out. You know, you gotta be like, let's just give it a try. And so at home parties, if you're doing home parties, start to ask for Facebook parties. right? That book more home parties, but then that's another option. At your Facebook parties, same thing. You could ask for more home parties. So both types of parties, what you ask for is what you get. So the more party options you give, the more parties you will book. But a great resource, untapped resource, is your current customer base. Reach out to people, let them know you want to try something new, and see if they'll be a part of your test group. Colleen's saying she's a Pink Zebra consultant, would love to be on the show. Okay, we'll get you on the show. Lots to learn using BeLive TV. Yes, it's all in the book, by the way. It's all in the book. I'm just going to keep plugging the book.
Oh my God.
I'm excited that you did a book because I'm a big paper backer. See all of these things in my Facebook newsfeed, and it's like, click on me, and it's so overwhelming. Like, I just feel like if I do that right now, I'm going to waste an hour watching something that's like filled with stuff. And that's another thing I love about your videos, that you go back and write them down. So practical. But the book, it's when I actually have a book. Then I can read it whenever I have time. And I know what I'm getting. And I know where I can flip to right to whatever I need to read about. Whereas with these constant barrage of, just tons of trainers.
This is a bunch of former.
So,
Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, it's almost like when you went to college and you had a little guide. It's like a little guidebook, right? And seriously, keep it in your bathroom. A great little bathroom reader. How many of you guys get your Facebook stuff done while you're in the bathroom? Like, does anybody take the phone in? Am I the only one that does that? My husband thinks I fell in. He's like, "What are you? You've been in there for 20 minutes." I'm like, "Oh, I'm messaging people." And I don't even have kids at home. I have no excuse. Maybe it's an addiction. It's a problem. I probably need a support group for that. Elizabeth, do you have questions? Because I know you were one of the first people to raise your hand to be on the show. So what are your Facebook party questions?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love that we're getting photobombed by the children, by the way.
Yeah, it can only last for so long. Okay, so one of the questions I had was, I actually have a new jeweler who's going to be doing a Facebook launch. And so I have the Facebook party outline that I would normally use for my parties, but I wasn't sure if I should actually dedicate a post towards hosting and a dedicated post towards the opportunity for the business, or whether we would just do that when we went live. So that was one of the questions I had.
Okay, so is this an in-home party event, or it's completely Facebook party?
This is a completely, we did the in-home one, and now we're doing a Facebook launch for the people that are not local.
Okay, and are you doing the live portion of the party? Are you going to go live?
We're going live to do like the presentation on the jewelry and demo, like the must-have jewelry trends, but leading up to it, we still have some posts to share and like the secret reveals. Yeah. And I didn't know if we were going to include a secret reveal, look at what you get for hosting, and then a secret reveal, look what you get for doing the business. Or if we should just save those blurbs for when we went live.
You could do a secret reveal. So it could be fun, and again, you've got to build that know and trust factor first, right? So you don't want to rush in with here's our hostess offer, but you could, one of your reveals could be maybe a higher end product. You're creating the desire, basically leading up to that party. It's creating that desire for people to want what you have, right? And then to be so excited, they're showing up to find out more at the live party. So one of your reveals, and for those of you guys that are watching and have no idea what I'm talking about, I get a lot of questions about the reveal. People are like, what is the reveal? So, Colleen, a couple of people are asking the name of the book. So it's Facebook Party Secrets. I only have a third of the screen here, so of $1 Million Party Girl. We can actually do different views too. If you guys didn't know that, I will really freak everybody out. You guys can't see it that are in the hot seat, but I actually have 7 different options of how people can watch the show. So we'll just freak everybody out and show some of the options. All right, I lost my train of thought now. What was I talking about?
We're talking about the reveals with the Facebook party.
I knew I was saying something smart. So a typical Facebook party, let's take it back a little bit. So a typical Facebook party, I think every Facebook party I've ever seen, it's like the leading up to the party, it's post 1, post 2, post 3. And I'm like, why do I care? Like, to me, that is so boring. So instead of calling them posts, I call them reveals. And that's just marketing 101. It's, it's got to be juicy. Why do you want people to come back and tune in? So I let people know there's going to be a daily reveal and exactly what time, because I can schedule it. So I'll say, come back at 3 o'clock every day for my daily reveal. You won't want to miss it. And I will say that during my live introduction. So, your product should be something exciting, not something that you just call a post, right? That's like, you don't call a post a post. You with me on that? And so one of your reveals, I would you always start with and again, this is a little marketing, start with your lower end product. You got to get people in that door, right? If you start with that $100 item, they might be like, oh my gosh, I can't afford this stuff. I'm out of here. But if you start with maybe something a little bit more affordable or a special offer your company is having, they'll come back to see what's next. So typically I say that what I call a big booker for one of my final reveals, because now people are engaged and finding out what they're excited about. And that's where you can show your higher end item, or maybe a bundle of products that go together. And one of your things on your post could be, I can help you get this for free through hosting. So, it's like you can buy this or you can get this for free.
Lynn, I'm glad that you said that, because one of the things I started changing, as like I said, I streamlined what you teach us in your Facebook Party 3.0, and is that for some of our products, if you don't get to see them because it's the jewelry, it can be a disadvantage when you don't get to see it in person. Sorry if my son is distracting back there. I gave him a snack and a tablet, and he's here now. But anyway, so one of the things I did was my secret reveals leading up to are all items under $40. And I featured graphics and personal pictures that I took myself based off of your tip in your book, and just started featuring those. And only like less than 10% of the products I feature are the higher end items that are really versatile and that are bestsellers. So I had to share them. But the majority of the party is 40 and under, whereas a home show, I would be showing everything because they get to try it on. So that's something that I've been trying.
I love that. Yeah, less is always more on a Facebook party. So Jennifer's asking, how often do I post in a day? And Tiana was answering for her. And again, Facebook parties are evolving, right? And I feel that they've become, so many people are doing them now, that if you start blowing up the notifications, you annoy people and they will leave the party. So I think you're much better off with more value, letting people know it's going to be exciting, it's going to be a reveal, and just day to give them a reason to come back to see what you have. Because the more you post, the more chances they're just going to ignore it because it's overkill. It's too much. Yeah. So I am a big, and again, this is what has worked for me. By the way, and I shared this in the book, of the 40 parties that I did to test this out. I've done a lot more since then, by the way. 30 held. So Facebook parties canceled just like home parties. Overbook. If you want to hold 6 parties a month, you had better have 8 or 10 booked. So overbook every industry. The struggle of yeah, Rebecca, by the way, I was able to do all those parties because I am an empty nester now. I don't have the drama going on.
myself.
He's like, but I want to be on TV. So yeah, Facebook parties canceled too. The difference is people just don't show up. They don't cancel. They just don't show up. So you're still doing the party. And then I'm just checking the questions here. And so, yeah, you have to overbook. And Jed for saying, what about going live? I do my whole party live. It's one post. The party is one post. So no scrolling, overwhelm, no frustration where you're screaming, refresh, refresh. There's none of that. It's one post and it's a two-way conversation because they're watching live. Elizabeth, do you use an editing system for your videos? So Alba is asking you, Elizabeth, if you use an editing system for your videos.
If she's referring to the ones on my business page, I do use my laptop to edit like my Monday makeovers. But I go live on my my Facebook parties and my intro. I'm not all like dressed up or anything. I want to look very normal, very regular. I want to look like, just like a person that you would, relate to. So I try not to get all dressed up in my fanciest jewelry. I just share, hello. I tell them about the company. I tell them what they can expect and just be excited about seeing them for the Facebook Live. So everything Facebook Live. I like that unedited for sure.
Okay. And what editing software do you use? Is it iMovie?
I use iMovie for my my videos.
This is my transformer.
Oh, Transformers telling us something. And I also use another app. It's free for 7 days, but after that you do pay for it, and it just kind of helps me make little promotional videos too for my business page.
Okay, great. Not to keep plugging my butt, but I will. I actually have a whole section on live streaming and video, including video editing. So you can get some of those resources there. Pamela saying, you're so right. I was invited to a Facebook party and they posted 4 to 5 times a day. It was annoying.
That's the truth.
I agree. Like I look at that, I was invited to one Facebook party and the consultant, she must have posted 15 times in one day. I left the party. I'm never coming back. Jennifer saying, how do you get them to show up? Lately, it's been terrible. And so I think speaking to what Rebecca said, you've got to take the conversation off of Facebook in your very first post. And that way, it doesn't even matter if they show up, number one. And as you're having that one-on-one conversation, you can say to them, hey, I'm going live right now. Come on over. The party's getting started. You get control of your party. And that is key. Get control of your party. Don't put your business in Facebook's hands. Elizabeth, if you have to go, that's okay. You can come back if you need to.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Go take care of the toddler. So yeah, don't put your business, in Facebook's control. You've got to take control over it. What about going live? I think I answered that question. Yeah, Dana's saying the hour-long parties with 1 million posts get very old and easy to get lost. Yeah, I mean, it's overwhelming to your customers. It is not a good experience. And at the end of the day, my whole strategy is really about creating not just an authentic online party, but an experience that encourages people to book because they loved it. And then they'll want to do it. If your guests are frustrated, that could be why you're not getting bookings, because they're like, I can't even keep up with this. My head hurts. They don't want their friends to have that same experience. And so think about that. That whole party experience impacts everything you do. When you make it look easy and fun and simple, that's when people are going to want to book and do what you do. And I recruited a lot of people that said, oh my gosh, this is so much easier than, trying to figure out and be like the superstar Facebook marketer.
Right.
You know, that's when you're not yourself. When you're trying to follow all of these things that people are doing when it's not true to who you are, that comes through as well. People can see that, and then it just doesn't feel good. Karina's saying she loves the different views. I think she means the 3 people on the screen. I'm just checking the questions. Anna's saying engagement and interaction post ideas. That's always a good question. Dan is saying, when will the paperback came out? It just came out today. Hot off the press. Okay, so engagement and interaction. Elizabeth's back. Is it safe, Elizabeth? We're going to find out. I don't think, you know what? We do have a mute option, I think. She's back. Can you hear us?
No.
We can hear you. We can hear you if you're there. Okay, so engagement and interaction post ideas. Rebecca, would you like to comment on that?
Think about that. You know, I feel that's one thing where I'm still doing better with personal conversations. And I mean, always the hostess makes a big difference. The hostess, you know, it's kind of like if you went to someone's house, if they invite everybody over for a party and, you know, there's already people there when you get there. And I know you're in Jersey, so you're on Jersey time, which means you come an hour late. So everybody's already there, and then Lynn shows up. And then if the hostess doesn't invite you to, or like introduce you to the new people, you kind of feel awkward, and maybe you just talk to your spouse. And I kind of feel that way in Facebook parties a little bit. And so I have some questions that I know that get people every time. For us, it is how often, how many, the salon one. How many, it's like how often do you go to a salon or something like that? Or how many weeks in between visits of the salon or something. People always answer that. I don't know why they want you to know, but how many times a year? That's it. How many times a year do you go to the salon? And so people will post 2 or they'll post 6 or whatever it is. And so that's a really good engagement post. But the best thing is when I just tell my hostess what I just told you. You need to introduce me to your friends. You need to, just like you would at a party. If your friend walks into the party, when your friend comes to the party, you need to say, hey, welcome, Rebecca, this is my friend so-and-so, and I know her from whatever. And it just breaks the ice because now they're tagged in a post where they need to say hello back to me because they've been introduced and I've said, oh, hey, it's so cool to meet you. My kids do Cub Scouts or whatever the association was, or I had an uncle who did Cub Scouts.
Yeah.
So at that point, then they're like, oh, I got to talk to this girl. And so that makes a big difference for engagement, the hostess.
Yeah. I love that. I'm getting an echo. Can you hear that?
I don't hear it.
I don't know where that came from. All right, so that question is a great question because that is obviously striking the chord, right, with your ideal client. But it's also giving them an awareness. It's also leading them to the reason why they need your product.
Right.
So I'm so glad you said that because, it's all about your value proposition and the problem that you solve. And the more you can shine a light on that, the more engagement you'll get when you're hitting those pain points. And so, for an example, Party Light is the direct sales business that I built a multi-million-dollar business and did for 27 years. And so one of my top posts would be when I would ask people what their favorite fragrance was, but I didn't say what's your favorite fragrance. I would actually describe how the fragrance made them feel. So I would give like 4 choices and I would say, pineapple plus coconut equals aloha to me. And they would be like, oh, I want that feeling. I'm saying aloha. And another one would be like a day at like lavender, and something else was a day at the spa. Right. So think about the problem you solve when you're asking those questions. What are the pain points? That's how you get more engagement, but you kind of take your customer down that journey of why they need you and why they need to buy your product, because it gives them that awareness that, oh yeah, I want my house to smell like I just walked into a spa. And I must have that. So I didn't just say, who loves lavender? I said, who wants your home to smell like a day at the spa?
Right.
You guys see the difference in the wording? Yes. And so
I was going to say, with the engagement post that everybody answers about the salon, it's really helpful for me because I know, okay, so-and-so only goes once a year. So when I talk to her, I need to talk about durability of our product and that it's got a lot of value and that it lasts. Because if she's only going to the salon once a year, usually, we all need to go more than once a year. So if she's only going once a year, it may be a money issue or maybe a time issue, but it's something. And so that helps me to know. For the girls that are going all the time, I know that they are spending a lot of money to get their hair to look beautiful. So I know that they want their hair to look beautiful and they're willing to invest more. And so that shows me, okay, this is a person I need to talk to about the whole package of hair accessories that they can get. So those type of engagement questions where you're getting, it's not asking them to buy a product or making them feel like they need a product, but it's giving me the information I need to help them.
Yeah, you're discovering, right? That's what it's all about. Discover what your potential customer wants and needs, and then give it to them. That's marketing. Alba's asking, what are my thoughts about Facebook Live video versus edited videos? And I'm glad you asked that, Alba, because I talk a lot about that too. And so, I would say about a year and a half ago, I used all videos on my Facebook parties from YouTube. And now I don't, because Facebook does not want you to leave Facebook. And so you might have noticed now, so about, I don't know when these changes occur, but let's say a year ago, you would post a link to a YouTube video and the video would fill the box. You could actually see like what was on the video, like it filled the whole box, right? Now, when you post a link to a YouTube video that takes people to YouTube, you've got a tiny little thumbnail on the left side and then a long, narrow box that just gives you like a little description of the video. It doesn't really encourage people to click on it, and it's not engaging, and it just doesn't look good, quite frankly, as a post in itself. So what I recommend you do is always use either a video that's been directly uploaded to Facebook, or the whole reason I love Facebook Live is because it's authentic and you're having two-way conversations. It's not just you talking to yourself. Just like right now, right? I'm talking to you guys in the comments and giving you shout outs. That's why Facebook Live is so awesome for your Facebook parties, because it is most like an in-home party experience where guests actually feel like they are part of the party. And nothing builds that like, know, and trust faster than that Facebook Live broadcast on a party. That being said, if you're going to share videos, let's say maybe you want to do a video as one of your reveals, your pre-party reveals, why not go live on your Facebook page, right? Elizabeth is creating her own Facebook show called, what's it called again?
The Bling Feed.
The Bling Feed. And so Elizabeth can actually take, because your page is public, she can actually use those videos where she's live and it's authentic. And there's even maybe people that she's speaking with in the comments, and share that to a Facebook party, focusing on a specific product. So that is a great way to cross promote, what the content that you're creating on your business page can be used for your Facebook parties. And that can be shared as one link. You can even schedule that link on SendShare, and they can watch the replay of a Facebook Live video. And so I love, I'm a big fan of you guys all having your own Facebook Live show. I think every direct seller should. Because it gives you so much great content to use for other things like your Facebook parties. And you can even download that if you do have a YouTube channel and you want to cross promote your social media platforms. You can download that video, pop it up on YouTube. So now your followers on YouTube have that same content that they can watch over there. And that's exactly what I do with my weekly Social Girl Live show. I download the Facebook Live broadcast, upload it to YouTube, so you can actually watch all those replays on Facebook and on YouTube. And that way, I'm repurposing content that I've already created. You do not have to reinvent the wheel every single time. And so that's why that's so great to have your own Facebook Live show, because it gives you great content for your parties. Dana's saying, can you schedule the share of a video? Yes. So yeah, you can post that as a link right in SendShare, and it will populate the video, fill the screen, look all nice and pretty and it really encourages people to click on it, because don't forget, live videos and videos that are directly uploaded from a computer or your phone automatically play in the news feed. YouTube does not. YouTube videos do not. And so that's why they're so powerful. It really encourages people to click on them because they're automatically playing, just like this broadcast right now.
Hey, Lynn, I have a question.
Sure.
I don't know if we already touched base with this when I had to go away, but Facebook parties, I know that you've taught us to put them on our business page. Are there ever any events that you would suggest putting in your group, or how do you know where it should be, I guess, on your page?
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I know. I get a lot of backlash about that. But, that's just me. At the end of the day, you guys have to do what works for you. If you are partying in groups and it's successful and it's working, keep doing it. Don't feel like you have to scrap what you're doing if it's already working. So that's number one. Whatever you're doing that's working. If it's not working, here's why I don't like Facebook parties in a group. Well, there's a lot of reasons, but the purpose of a group is to build community. That's why Facebook created groups. And they are really focusing, by the way, on groups in a big way and building communities in a big way.
Mama, what's happening to me?
You're going to see a lot more of more things happening with groups. For example, just recently, Facebook rolled out where you can link your group to your business page. How many of you guys have done that yet? You can link your group to your business page so people can join your group right from your page. You can even comment in your group as your page. So Facebook parties are not a community. They are basically a store. That's what a Facebook party is. We call it a party. It's a shopping event. From there, I think that's the time when people get to know you, like you, and trust you. That's the time to say, now come over and become a part of my community. They've gotten to know you. Hopefully they've become a customer. And so that's just me. And I know a lot of people do parties in groups and it's working, especially if you have an inventory-based product you're selling in your group, and obviously that's a unique business model. But for me, I like doing parties on a page because it's a more effective way to do business. That's why. I'm a business person.
I followed your lead for sure.
I'm a business person. I want the most effective way to do business. And there's so many things you can do on a page that you can't do in a group, like message people. So when people are ready to buy, and I will give you an example. Marlene's saying, wait, okay. I just muted you, Elizabeth. I just figured out how to mute. I never did that before. So sorry. You're muted for temporarily. you can message people when they comment. And so recently I had a Facebook party and we had a lot of people watching the live party. It's the first time this has ever happened to me. Nobody shopped. I was like, what the what? And, I've had nobody shop when nobody came to the party, but nobody shopped when there was engagement on the party. And I thought, this is really weird. And it was over a holiday weekend. It was over the Memorial Day holiday weekend. I thought maybe they just got busy. So thanks to the messaging option, I can message them right through their comment and say, hey, we're closing the party. Do you need help with your order? So I didn't say, do you want to shop? I just assumed they did. I said, how can I help you with your order? And we ended up getting, like a $300 party that way, where it was nothing would have happened if I had done that party in a group and I was not friends with them. I would have no way to message them. I could message on Facebook, but that's going to, where that's going. The land of never read messages. That's where that's going. So for me, it's just not that effective in terms of doing business like a business and being able to, get your follow-up done. The other thing I like about doing parties on a page is when you have your events tab on your business page, you can click on that and literally see an entire list of every Facebook party you've ever had in chronological order, which is awesome for follow-up. It's like, there's your entire schedule for the year and last year, the year before, till the end of time since you've been doing Facebook parties, so that you can go back to any one of those parties. You can post, let's say you got a new catalog. You go back to every party you did since January and post again and be like, hey, new catalog. So you can do your follow-up. You can do so many things post-party. Whereas if you're doing parties in a group, let's say the hostess creates the group. Mm. How do you find it? Like, if you did 2 parties a week, that's 100 parties a year. That's 100 groups. If everybody's doing a party in their own little mini group. So that's my 2 cents. But you do what works for you. If it's working, keep doing it. Okay. Let's see. All right, we're going to wrap it up. So Jody's saying, so how do you get follow up from a page? Yeah. So that's it, Jody. You can follow up with people, and you can't really do that in a group unless you're Facebook friends with them, only because the message goes into the, message request. We used to call it the others folder. Now it's called the message request folder. It's like, so-and-so has requested. You accept or decline. And so 3 days could go by. They totally, forgot why they even wanted to buy the product. Pamela asked me a question that a lot of people ask me. I'm actually going to be writing a blog about it. What different things do you post in a group compared to what you post in a page? So, and I've talked about this before. So a page is the voice of your business. Your group is the voice of your community. And you can definitely cross-share. So we've got our Visionista VIP group. And thanks to Be Live TV, I was able to share this ahead of time in the group and said, hey, if you guys want to come and be on the show. And that's how Rebecca jumped in. I pre-shared this.
You need to click on the link this time.
We tried it last week. She was like, yeah, I want to be on the show. And I'm like, you have to click. Click on that thing.
Hey, I'm just getting up to speed with Google Forms. You got to cut me some slack.
Look at you. You've come a long way. You're doing Google Forms, SendShare.
Be Live. Here I am.
I hear you are on Be Live TV. This all happened like in the last 4 weeks.
It's great. Yeah.
Come a long way, baby. All right, guys. So thank you. If you do parties on your page, what if your company doesn't allow it? So yeah, Melissa, then you can't do it. So again, you have to do what works for you. Always check. In fact, the very first page of my Facebook party book, once you get into it, there's a page that says first things first. And it says, before you follow anything in this book, check with your direct sales company on their compliance policies, because every company is different. Some don't even allow you to do parties on a page. So you've got to follow your company guidelines and do what works for you. Okay, that being said, well, we're going to end on that note. Any final notes, Rebecca, for people that maybe haven't gone live or?
Just that you need to do it. You need to have Facebook parties. That's how I built my team around the country. I mean, have a national team, and it's mostly from Facebook parties. So it's an essential component.
Yeah, and you've built a global team.
We're not global in the US. I have a global customer base.
A global customer base.
Yep, and that's through Facebook too. So yeah.
And through Facebook, 1 billion people on Facebook cannot be ignored. And you are one of the top in your company, correct?
Yeah, I'm the third. So yeah.
Good advice. Thank you, Rebecca. Thanks for jumping into the hot seat here. Elizabeth had a top out, but now she's in the comments. Thank you, Elizabeth. We appreciate you. Thanks, everyone. So we'll be doing this all week through the month of June to celebrate my new book. I'm celebrating by myself. No, I'm celebrating with you guys. Facebook Party Secrets of a $1 Million Party Girl. That's on Amazon. Anything that you guys want to plug, Elizabeth, if you want to plug it in the comments, or Rebecca, anything you have coming up that you want to promote?
Thanks. Just business as usual.
All right. I'll put a link to your page so people can find you if they want to check you out. All right. This is just like a real talk show. We have you guys plug what you have going on. That's what they do.
I should think of something.
Everybody plugs their stuff. What's your next movie that you're going to be in, Rebecca?
Something with little girls.
We'll pretend. Yeah. So you're a mom. Tell them how many kids you have.
I have 6 daughters, all girls.
And homeschooled, correct?
We homeschool, yep.
6 daughters, ages?
13 to a baby, 5 months.
13. You do not look like you just had a 5-month-old. Just had a baby. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. Comment if you would like to be a guest on our Facebook Party show. We have to come up with a fun, exciting name. All right. Bye, everyone. Thank you.